Hi, I'm Sonny Coe with Louisiana State University Fire and Emergency Training Institute. We're here at FDIC with the Pipeline Operators Safety Group at the booth here at FDIC. With me is Philip Oakes with the National Association of State Fire Marshals, and we're here today to talk about pipeline emergencies and pipeline emergencies training. So, Philip, can you tell us what's so important about pipeline emergencies and pipeline emergency training for the fire service?
Pipeline emergencies training is important for the fire service because it's free and it's one of those high consequence, low frequency events.
Yes.
It's one of those that they're gonna get firefighters hurt, possibly hurt or injured if they're not trained up on it. And right now it's available courtesy of the operators, courtesy of the National Department of Transportation, PHMSA, and the National Association of State Fire Marshals. It's free online. So it's real simple training for them to get. It's easy and it's effective.
All right, so now I'm here with Gray Young with LSU FETI. Gray, tell us about what the important things are for the emergency responder that's going to come up on that pipeline emergency and some of the things they need to pay attention to.
First thing you got to do is take into consideration your safety and the safety of the people that are surrounding you. Set up your initial isolation, notify the appropriate authorities, and then protect yourself. Prevent ignition sources by staying far back away, set up that initial isolation, and then try to get a hold of the operator from your pipeline signs.
So now we're here with David Brignac, the Public Awareness Supervisor for Shell Pipeline. David, why is it so important that the emergency responders have a good relationship with the pipeline operator and the communication that goes with it?
Well, it's very important. Some of the things that you need to key in on are the contact information for the pipeline owners, the location of the pipelines and the sizes of the different pipes in the area, and also you should know about the product in each pipe.
Right, and then how things change as new pipes are in and old pipes are out. All right, very good, very good. So here we are with Chris Ann Kerr with Common Ground Alliance. Chris Ann, why is the 811 system important as it relates to emergency response preparedness?
You know what, there's still 165,000 utility incidents each year that many of your colleagues have to respond to. You know, we work very hard to push the 811 number out to homeowners, professional excavators, anybody who intends to dig. It's the first step in the damage prevention process. And unfortunately, of those 165,000 damages, more than 50,000 of them are caused by people who still fail to make that call. You know, we learn that homeowners make judgment calls, not phone calls. We don't excavate, we just dig. And you know, they jeopardize their communities, their families, their environment. So we really want to involve the emergency response community in helping us push that message out of being the ambassadors, of being the good neighbors, of making sure people are making that call 48 hours to 72 hours, depending on what state you're in, prior to any excavation activity.
Absolutely. So what we want them to do is be able to call 811 before you have to call 911. We're here with Tony Yonke with the Houston Fire Department Hazmat team. Now, Tony, we know that pipelines traverse the country, but they're mostly out of sight, out of mind. They're mostly underground. So why is it so important that we know our role as a responder and the responsibility we have as far as safety goes?
Well, Sonny, like you said, they're out of sight, out of mind, so we don't do a lot of training on them. And the emergencies come once, twice a year, or 2 or 3 years. So it's important to be up on our training and our responsibilities because we don't see them all the time, and as you said, they're underground.
Absolutely, so safety is everything.
Yes, and a lot of times they're out, away from everywhere, so you may be the only team on the scene at the time, or you may be the only person on the scene at the time. If you don't know your responsibilities, your roles, a lot of people get hurt.
And due to the lack of calls, that's why the training is so much more important, so we are ready when it happens.
Yes.
Very good. So we'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch and learn today about pipeline emergencies. Go to the NASM Shell Portal website. The training is invaluable. As someone who has gone to the website and taken the class, I can attest to its value and its importance. Remember the responsibility of pipeline safety, our role as responders, the fact that pipelines are all over the country. It's a very important training. So we'd like to thank you once again, and we'll see you next year from FDIC.